Every woman wants to be a Proverbs 31 woman. But what are we doing to do that? What are we doing to get there? Are we really Proverbs 31 women? Is it something that we just find that we have to put in our Instagram bios or on the back of our phones? So we feel like that's like an accessory. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I want to be a Proverbs 31 woman. What your heart look like? You could really be the most beautiful woman on this earth. But what does your heart look like? What does your attitude look like? What does your fruit look like? What does your everyday actions look like? What do you do to call yourself a Proverbs 31 woman? What actions are you taking to be a wife? Or if you are a wife, what are you doing to make sure that you are living up to that standard that we have placed upon ourselves? Another verse states, she rewards him with good, not evil, all the days of her life. How do you treat your man? How do you treat your husband? Do you catch funky attitudes with him? Do you show him love and appreciation? How do you communicate? That's another key thing we have to think about. Another verse states, her hand reaches out to the poor and she extends her hand to the needy. How do you help people who are in need? Is that something that you do? Is that something that you enjoy to do? Keyword enjoy to do. Do you enjoy helping people who need your help at that specific time? And another verse, her mouth speaks wisdom and loving instruction is on her tongue. How does it sound when you open your mouth? How does it sound whenever you're talking to other people, talking to your husband, talking to your children? How does it sound to other people? Do you value materialistic things over what is happening in your household? Proverbs 31 woman is just something that people praise, something that people set a standard to want to be like, but they are really not living out these standards. From verse 10 to verse 31, they are none of these, are some of these. So before we call ourselves these, or before we put these verses in our bios, on our computers, on our phones, let's make sure that we are actually living out these things instead of having social media and everybody around us, including ourselves, fooled. Let's do better, ladies.